Okay, guys. So today's Friday, and it should be cooking day, but I don't know if those cooking videos would be really good or useful. But I still want to hold myself accountable, so I'm just gonna show the food that I cooked that day. Um, made this. Um, and this video is just gonna be a talking to myself video. We'll see in the future if I continue to keep those cooking videos or not. But so yeah, but I'll do a talking to myself video today about what is my religion, and it doesn't actually mean religion, but like I'll talk about it in a bit. Um, but first of all, this is something is like pita bread, some grilled chicken that I seasoned with salt, pepper, and Hoi panda sauce, and then this has uh, I forgot what the sauce is called. Is it? Anyways, it's from this recipe is from Carrington. It's like the guy I watch. It's like the only guy I watch right now. um, I mean, I watch like one or two other YouTubers, but he's like the main person that I watch right now. Because they don't have a lot of time. But I don't know. This looks really good. It smells really good. I don't know if I made it right, but looks right. And there's some garlic paste or puree on it as well. Um, but I'm gonna take a bite and then I'll finish the video and then I'll finish the rest. But we'll see. This is gonna be like a review too. If this is like good or not. Um, so honestly don't know if this is like the proper way to eat it, but that's so good. That is so good. Yeah, I've only eaten like stir fried food at home, so it's nice to have like a more diverse meal than just stir fry. Um, so this is actually really good. Um, so I'm really glad that I tried out that recipe, and thank you to Carrington for showing me it from this video. Um, and also the video is also inspired by I think it was his recent posts, and he talked about um, someone inspired him. Forgot who. In their talks, he talked about what is his religion, and not religion in a sense of like actual religion, but like what should his main focus be, like his big point of that biggest part in his life that will make him succeed, or something like that. And for him, that was the social media. Um, and so I guess I'm asking that question to myself: what is my religion? Um, and yeah, so I grew up. So I guess I'm asking myself that question. Um, Alvin, what is your religion? So I'm talking to myself as a third person. And what can you do to be successful at it? So one of my I'd say I'm pretty decent at problem solving. And so I need some kind of way to leverage that. Um, and I wouldn't say social media is my religion because obviously I'm not big on social media, but I do see the benefits of social media. And so that's kind of why I'm trying to hop onto that bandwagon, even though I don't necessarily never I was never really a huge fan of social media, but I think it's good for me to experience it to see. And I've been loving it so far. Like with the TikTok videos I posted, I've been getting a lot of support, even though they're kind of cringy slash darky in some way. But I don't know, it's something that I love doing. I'm doing something that I love. Um, like I love video games, but I also love soundtracks, original soundtracks from games and anime pieces, and all of those. And it just brings me joy to learn and play them. Um, and so I think that's the biggest reason as to why I started that and why I want to continue it. And there's are so many ideas I have going with that project. Maybe you would consider a project. Maybe it's a project, but I mean, I don't know. I do hope I continue. In those videos I talked about reaching 10,000 hours of learning the keyboard slash piano, and I do hope I actually reach that point. But I know that is a shit ton of hours, and that might take years. Honestly, years if I do. But I think, and obviously I'm not the best now, but I can imagine myself getting better in the future, and that's really the point of that part is because I don't have a lot of experience now with that, but it's something I love, something I'm passionate about, something I'm going to grow in, and something I have a vision for that project, that part of myself, that part of my social media stuff, my content, and I'll probably talk more about like what I plan to incorporate in this video because I've had some ideas after listening to that and really thinking hard about what my religion is. um, and coding is also a huge part of my religion. And so my biggest aspect is how can I incorporate that? Because coding, like, I wouldn't say I'm like a huge coding fanatic. Like, I don't love coding to that extent, but I'm decent at it and I can build stuff, I can problem solve and do a lot of stuff with it, such as building a website. So I think my second project after my app is going to be my own building my own website, using that to leverage my content. Um, and yeah, so the keyboard and piano stuff is really to keep me creative and to I feel like there's gonna be so much I can learn from learning the keyboard. It's not just a skill. I heard music can change the way you think, and also with learning the keyboard slash piano, I will have to learn how to multitask and be ambidextrous and learn how to use two hands. And I feel that like that would help me a lot in reorganizing my thoughts and stuff like that. Um, and just making more multi-dimensional. Though I feel like I am multi-dimensional, like I can be even more multi-dimensional, and like and I really want to get into fashion kind of because I love fashion, but more in the sense of I also potentially want to do cosplay. And so my ideas are in the future when I finish learning a song, maybe I can, have a cosplay go along with it. I think that would be really cool. Create a bunch of content around that. Um, and so I mean these are feeling ideas for myself, things that are idea that I'm thinking for myself. And another huge thing that I really want to do is do 3D printing, and that would help with um, one that I use my problem solving skills because I'd have to figure out how to use. I mean, I've done CAD before, but I haven't done it to a huge extent of like creating a object, making it look cool. But I think that would really help with this channel and my social media content and all that stuff. And I think that would all be really cool. Um, and I love anime and games and like really nerdy slash geeky. And I don't know, I feel like that would be something I would really enjoy doing. Um, yeah, and I also really so one that would help me also with cosplaying because a lot of cosplay stuff requires a lot of equipment and cool stuff like that. Um, these are all like huge ideas of like what I want to do in the future, combining things I love and things, and things that will help me and all like compile together. So I'm guessing I'm kind of forming religion now with where I want to go with my life in like a small aspect of like using some of the hobbies I enjoy and creating a side hustle out of that. Also code and stuff like that. I mean, obviously for my job, because that's like my main provider. Question is, should I, you know, mainly focus on that? Thing is, honestly, I don't know because I feel like all of these in a way can help me improve in coding as well by giving me avenues of different ways to think. Like the multitasking stuff will help me, and learning the piano and keyboard will help me hopefully think better, um, programmatically or in some way. I don't know. Hopefully, in some way, different. Um, and I don't know. I guess I'm kind of really excited about what I can do in the future. And obviously now gonna suck. I'm gonna suck like, or I'm be really bad at all the stuff that I'm doing right now. Um, but I have a vision of where I want to go and where I want to be. And even though the content's not good now, it may suck and I don't get a lot of views. I mean, my original intention is not even to get views. My original intention is one, to hold myself accountable. That was the point of these videos. And honestly, I have been holding myself accountable a lot by I've been putting a lot of effort to go to the gym. I've been putting a lot of effort into cooking, putting a lot of effort into learning the keyboard slash piano, been making video every day, and not game. Even though I get really bad, I really want to game. I just want to go home and play games, but these videos have keep me so sidetracked and so busy that, and I feel like all of these things are only gonna help me in the long run, in the future, and these videos too because they're helping me organize my thoughts. Um, so yeah, I can only thank Carrington for um, helping me in that way, providing me this avenue to grow. Um, but I don't know, and I like documenting this stuff because I think it's kind of therapeutic to just talk to myself because I live with myself and I don't have a lot of friends up here. And I could reach out and ask them to hang out, but I don't like to bother people, and they're probably busy. And not to say that they wouldn't talk, like they probably would talk, but I wouldn't want to bother them all the time. Um, so what is my religion, Alvin? Alvin, what is your religion? My religion right now is just, I guess it's growth. Thinking about it, all of it is just like me growing, um, and documenting that. And it's not really big, but more just like I just want to grow so much, even though like I'm starting so late in that journey. Um, think I'm happy that I'm starting somewhere. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna be anywhere near as close as where I want to be. Where a lot of people that are probably a lot further than me, and like I look on that at that, and I'm like, and, I used to get jealous. I'll probably do a video about this too, about like jealousy. Not jealousy. It's more like envious. Um, and also just it could be. I mean, I would have to look into what the difference between the two is, but it wasn't like terrible. It was just like I guess maybe it's not even jealousy. It's more just pity on myself for not putting the effort. And now I'm putting in the effort, and like I'm happy. Um, and hopefully I don't regret this part of myself. Um, choosing to do something that I never really, and maybe that's just I don't know. I'll talk about it later in the future. Um, but that's just a side thought. You don't have to think about it. Um, yeah. Now I'm just like I used to think, wow, all these young people are getting to like FANG companies, like FANG as in like Facebook, Google, Amazon, all those like big companies, and they're like grinding super hard. I'm like, that's their passion. That's what they want. They were passionate at that moment to get to that point, and I was not passionate, so I can't blame myself because even though yes, I could have started earlier, but I didn't have that motivation. I didn't have that drive until now. Now I have that drive. Um, and all I can do is not look back and only move forward. Um, and not pay close attention to regretting that, like, oh, I could have been them, I could have been that, I could have done this, could have done that. And just realizing I have my vision, even if no one believes it now. I believe in it, and I know I'm gonna kick ass at it when I get to that point. And so I don't really look at like all that stuff and like, oh, I'm like so far behind. Yes, I'm behind, but like everyone has their own time to start. Even those later now, later in the future. It doesn't mean that when you start later, you're not going to be less successful than those who started earlier. You can get even further. All depends on your vision. If you believe in it, I believe. That's what I want to believe. That's what I'm gonna. Um, as long as you have your vision and you're making goals towards it, and you know what you want to do, I think that is all that matters. Or that's my thought process right now. And it's all I care about. I'm not gonna throw a pity party for myself and say like, oh, because I've done that long enough. I don't really care anymore what people think. I've started to like care a lot less what people think, and I'm so happy for that. I go out to eat by myself now. I used to be afraid of doing that, but like I don't fucking care. If I'm hungry and I want a bowl of ramen, and I don't want to get that bad ramen that like you order on takeout and like it's like soggy or it's not that like they put it in a Tupperware and it doesn't taste well. Like you go in a shop, you want to go into a shop and eat like a good bowl of ramen and all that stuff. And sometimes I bring a book and I just go read. Um, and that's how that's enjoyable. Like I don't I like my own time, like my personal time, personal space, and so it's more to me, I guess. Um, and I've stopped caring. I just stopped caring. Um, and all I'm doing now is just making sure I can do as much as I can to reach my goals. And obviously, I can be more efficient, but that is a learning process that I will have to do. And at the point, aren't a lot of people who are doing the things that I want to do, or are doing the exact same thing my vision is. A lot of people who are similar that I can look at and copy or emulate. And I guess I'm kind of emulating Carrington in a way because he's highly successful, and I don't know, I low key love him. Um, but I think it's yes, I am. Anyways, I think it's important to, um, for me at least, to not lose that motivation slash drive because I've been working hard so far. Obviously, I don't see the work now, or I don't see the results now, but I've seen small results, as in like a lot of people are super supportive in like the TikTok videos I post. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, I just have a vision, and like keep doing it. It's like no reason for me not to. Um, anything else? Oh, that's just so chapped. Um, so eventually, you want to get a 3D printer, craft some stuff. I think that'd be also really cool because that would help me. I could probably do like commissions or recreate a couple of like cool stuff for people to buy. Um, and I think I would really enjoy doing that. Um, I know I have a friend, not as close, but he's a close friend of one of my close friends. I've interacted with him a couple of times, but he does 3D CADing as well, and he like created some really cool stuff. So maybe I could ask his advice on how he did it, how he does it, or like his recommendations, so I don't kind of have to start on that from scratch. But yeah, I guess we'll create a station. I think that'll also be really cool content for these videos, for my YouTube videos, and also my TikTok videos. Maybe if I post on there. Anyways, I think that's all. I could probably think of a million more ideas, but I don't know. It's my vision for now. Um, and I'm getting hungry because it's like 9 and I haven't eaten yet, so I should eat. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you watch all the way, I love you guys.